How's it going? This is DV&D for Lightstand Entertainment, and we kind of had a bummer day yesterday. The world got the unfortunate news of the passing of actress Carrie Fisher, writer-actress Carrie Fisher, I should say, at the age of 60. 4 days after she had trouble on that plane, had cardiac arrest on the plane. 4 days later, she passed away. And, of course, we're all sad about that. It's horrible. Taken way too young. Of course, me, and like many of you, the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about Carrie Fisher, obviously, is Star Wars. For many of us, for sure me, first introduction to her, and that's what I'll always remember her for, is Princess Leia. Like, no joke, like, when I was a kid, growing up, watching these movies, Princess Leia was my favorite character from the original trilogy, even above Luke, even above Han. I'm not making this up, saying it just to be nice since she just passed. It's true, she was my favorite character. I always liked her. She took care of her own. She was a little badass, you know, for royalty. Never seen screen royalty like that, I guess. But always a huge fan of her. I always liked her in the Blues Brothers. She had a bit part in that as Jake's jilted lover, always showing up with machine guns, rocket launchers, trying to take out Jake and Elwood. Always loved her, and she had one of the best scenes because it was for the first time you saw either Jake or Elwood take off their sunglasses. Did it once, and was John Belushi, and he did it with her, so that was awesome. Also remember as Tom Hanks' wife in the movie The BURBS, Joe Dante's The BURBS, from I think it was '89. I remember seeing this movie when I was young, and obviously I was too young for it at the time because I knew I liked it, but I didn't love it. I rewatched it a couple years ago, honestly, maybe just a year ago, and it was the first time in a long time, and that movie made more sense to me. I'll just put it like that. It rang more true to me now that I got some years under the belt. So she was funny in that. Oh yeah, same year when Harry Met Sally, her and Bruno Kirby were kind of like the other couple that helped, you know, the sparring between the two title characters, Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. But the one thing like about Carrie Fisher that people forget about, because we automatically always go to Princess Leia for, you know, a reason, but she was quite the writer. Not only did she write books, probably her most famous book that was turned into a movie in the 80s, Postcards from the Edge. It was semi-autobiographical about growing up with her mother. Carrie Fisher's real-life mother is actress Debbie Reynolds. And in the movie, it stars Meryl Streep as basically Carrie Fisher, and I believe Shirley MacLaine, as the Debbie Reynolds character. And also in the 90s, people forget about, like I do all the time, is she was kind of a famous script doctor in Hollywood. She did rewrites on movies like Hook, Lethal Weapon 3, what else? This one I didn't even know. She did rewrites. She did rewrites on The Wedding Singer, the Adam Sandler movie. I had no idea. But yeah, she had a great career. Taken too soon, especially since, you know, she just came back to the role, General Leia now in the new Star Wars trilogy, so that's kind of a bummer. I hope they're very tasteful, which I'm sure they will be. I'm sure Disney has already figured something out. I hope they do something tasteful, kind of like what they did with Paul Walker in the Fast and Furious franchise. Kind of just, you know, send him off, you know, in a positive way, I guess. But anyway, Carrie, we'll miss you. One thing I read I didn't know about Carrie Fisher in closing is she wrote this book called Wishful Drinking. And in the book, she talked about her eventual obituary and what she would want to say. So, she didn't die of cardiac arrest. This is what happened. She says, "I want it reported that I drowned in moonlight, strangled by my own bra." So that's how we send her off into the night. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. You earned it.